This time they go right with Colbaugh, right off tackle. Nice hole, 7 yards for the reserve back for the Gators. Bring up 3rd and short.
Gateway's offense certainly doesn't look like the type of offense that have a good opportunity to come from behind 2 or 3 touchdowns. But it's 7-0. They can continue to stay with the bread and butter right here. We're going to take a break.
Timeout. Gateway.
Timeout for Gateway. Terry Smith going to talk things over, trying to mount the drive in the 3rd quarter.
America's hottest products are here. And just when you've seen one, there comes another, and another. And they're all at your Dodge dealer. Hurry in before November 30th for great deals on Ram 1500 with an available 345 horsepower Hemi engine and big 20-inch aluminum wheels. Plus, save up to $8,400 with 0% financing and make no monthly payments until April. Hurry, offers end November 30th.
Coming up tonight at 10 on Pittsburgh Sports Tonight. Clark Hagan's on the toughest D in the AFC. And the Wolfman breaks down the Bengals. All Steelers all the time tonight at 10 on PST.
The V-Chip and you. Using the TV ratings at the start of every program, in conjunction with the V-Chip found in most newer sets, you can block the programs you find unsuitable for your family. And it's so easy to use. To learn more, visit this website or call the number on your screen.
King.
Welcome back to Heinz Field, 7-zip Central Catholic. At halftime, Terry Smith said, we have to ride Justin King. They've been doing that here in the second half. But guys, I'll be honest, he is beat up. His legs are sore, his head is sore. He's a banged up running back.
Justin King, 5 carries, 35 yards here in the second half. After just 25 yards and 8 carries in the first half. And it's King. And not much doing. Now, banged up or not, he's going to have to somehow carry this team on his shoulders here in the second half because they need to get something going here. And moments ago, as we see another timeout for a measurement, Terry Smith calling a timeout moments ago, you kind of sense that he has a sense of urgency right now, Don.
Well, you know, we're down to the final couple minutes of the 3rd quarter. They haven't really done a whole lot offensively. They're trying to wrestle momentum away from Central Catholic. They get the big turnover to stop the Vikings, who were about to maybe pound it in for their 2nd score of the game. And now they're starting to move the sticks. It's going to be shy of a first down by a foot or 2. But, you know, I think he realizes that this is big.
Now, this will be an interesting play call upcoming. Now a remeasurement.
And Justin King, he does, as Ryan says, he sort of has that Earl Campbell look about him where he doesn't look like he's going to make it back to the huddle. But, you know, you can understand how he is getting beat up. Every time he touches the ball, he's getting 4 or 5 of those Viking helmets pounding at him from every direction.
4th down and inches. Will it be King? We'll soon find out. The crowd to their feet. Backfield in the eye. Quarterback keeper. Smith, did he get enough?
Didn't need much, but looked like he had a little bit of movement.
Take another look, and 4th and inches. You got to think he got the inches right there.
Yeah, it looked like he surged far enough to get the first down. Pretty good spot. A lot of times in the scholastic level, you watch those officials running from the side to spot, and you're thinking, well, that's interesting.
They're going to measure this one. Aaron Smith. Talked so much about Justin King, but Smith came into this game 455 yards rushing. Pretty good running back. We mentioned he was a wide receiver before this year. They got the first down indeed.
That's huge.
Yeah. He took the words out of my mouth. Huge for this Gateway offense. Deep into the 3rd quarter. Gateway has called on their defense all night long, and they've done yeoman's work. And now the offense has to come through with something. 1st down and 10. Quick count. King, left side. King gets the corner. He's knocked out of bounds at the 46. Pretty good pickup on first down for King.
That's been their most effective play, is sealing that right side of the Central Catholic defense and getting Justin out there for 7 or 8 yards. We've seen that happen a couple times on this drive alone. Nice gainers off around the left end.
And the officials call for another timeout. Looks like a 2nd down and 2 upcoming. And they will discuss things, perhaps an equipment malfunction.
I think that Terry realizes the fact, too, that Justin's getting beat up pretty good, and he wants him to be fresh. He wants to be able to rely on him if needed all the way to the end, and even if, you know, we go beyond 4 quarters, because he's picking his spots here where, you know, Justin's getting the rest. We saw it near the end of the first half where he did not participate in the final series. And, you know, now we're seeing a little more of Colbaugh.
2nd down and short. 4 receivers in the pattern. On the ground, Colbaugh. He wants to throw. Colbaugh has a wide open man, but he overshot him. And that look by Colbaugh says it all.
Tell you what, great job by Colbaugh to carry off the fake. Looked like a run around end. At no time does he set up until right now and guns it just a little too far for Barlack, who was behind the defense. And that's why Barlack was so wide open. He did such a great job that the defensive secondary of the Vikings was coming up a couple steps before they realized, uh-oh.
Barlack, one of the backup tight ends. An opportunity missed for Gateway. And it's back to King. King in a whole heap of trouble. And he's ushered down at the 42-yard line. A big loss on the play. Bobby Helt, Julius Hobson able to wrestle him to the ground.
Hobson did a great job making sure King would not get that right corner. Watch King coming toward us here. And look at Hobson matching him step for step, forcing King to try to cut back, hit the brakes, and it was all bad news there for the Gator starback.
Well, it's punt time, and if Gateway is unable to win this football game, you got to think they're going to think back to that play moments ago where they had a wide open Barlack and just couldn't capitalize. Low punt. Kalazi's going to take it. He's taken down immediately, probably ill-advised for Tony Kalazi, but he was able to hold on to it. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, and that's where Central Catholic begins their next possession. Up 7-0, 6 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
A near disaster on the snap, too. High snap. But Lawrence Akeley got it off. Not one of his better punts. He struggled. His last punt, he boomed 57 yards, but that one got a Gateway Gator bounce, and the Vikings take over at their own 24.
Totten and Kalazi wide to the right. First down, Vikings. A rushing play for Jarvis. Breaks free, 40, 50. Nobody to beat. And nobody can catch the speedy Eugene Jarvis. Touchdown, Central Catholic. $13-0. What a way to close the 3rd quarter for the Vikings.
Credit Charlie Totten with the block of King. You're not going to see it here from the end zone. All you see is Jarvis flying, and he just blows right by Brandon Livesey. And once Livesey failed to get him, Jarvis was gone. But Totten was doing a great job near the Gateway bench of blocking off Justin King, making sure that the speedy Gator wouldn't catch Jarvis from behind.
Eugene Jarvis, biggest play of the football game. And Matt Wilson to make it 14-0. And he splits the uprights. 3 quarters in the books. Central Catholic 12 minutes away from back-to-back wpial titles. 14-0 on FSN Pittsburgh.
The design and performance are unsurpassed. They offer comfort, and best of all, this high-performance line uses up to 50% less fuel. The Lennox line of high-efficiency furnaces. To enjoy the quiet comfort of a reliable, efficient Lennox furnace in your home, call 1-800-9-LENNOX for the dealer nearest you. Lennox, unparalleled savings, comfort, and performance.
Hey, it's Rob Pratt. I've been telling you for years about how nobody beats their price, but now it's bigger and better than ever because it's closeout time, it's scratch and dent time, it's warehouse sale time. It's time for West Bend Billiards.
It's one-of-a-kind floor samples. We got hundreds and hundreds of them. Pub tables, chairs, stools, and pool tables. We want to get rid of them. Come out and see us, even make us an offer. If it's good enough, you can have it.
And they won't refuse it. Scratch and dent, closeout, 50% and more at West Bend Billiards, North Hills, Murraysville, and Canonsburg.
One reason we decided to start renting tuxedos is because guys aren't just wearing them for weddings anymore. I mean, it could be a date, a fancy dinner, the prom, what have you. They pop in, select the style they want, get fitted, pick it up, and off they go. Of course, some do still decide to get married. And if they invite us to the wedding, well, then we'll rent them a tux.
Tuxedo rentals for as little as $50.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Enter the pre-owned zone for the used car you want at the price you want.
I'm Mike McWilliams, and we doubled the selection of the pre-owned zone with Pittsburgh East Nissan and West Hills Nissan.
You're now just minutes from Pittsburgh's best source for used cars and trucks.
So forget about your credit problems and talk to the credit construction crew. Double the selection, double the value.
West Hills Nissan, top of the runway, Moon Township. Call 262-9020.
And the all-new Pittsburgh East Nissan, Business 22, Wilkins Township in Rowville.
That's 824-9020.
The McDonald's WPIAL Football Championships on FSN Pittsburgh are brought to you by Dodge. Get somewhere, grab life by the horns, Dodge. And by Lennox Home Comfort Systems and their independent dealers, proud sponsors of the WPIAL Championships. 14-0 at Heinz Field. Eugene Jarvis breaks one off 76 yards, and what a drive for Central Catholic. One play, 76 yards, 6 seconds.
Give it to the big man, so to speak, up the middle. And now they're up 2 scores.
169 yards. And this one could turn out to be a big play for Central Catholic. That one worked like an onside kick. And as they discuss who gets it, and it will be Gateway's ball, we send it down to Ryan Burke.
Guys, in the last 18 years, the team with the leading rusher is 16-2 in this game. Eugene, the dancing machine, with $1.69 already with a quarter to play. You know, Justin King gets so much notoriety for going to Penn State. Eugene Jarvis getting a lot of Division I looks as well. West Virginia and a few MAC schools. I'm told Gene really wants to go to West Virginia. It's just a matter of time before he makes that official.
Thank you, Ryan. First down, 10, Gateway. And it's King breaking free down to the 44 of Central Catholic. And Ryan brings up a good point there. A lot of people are going to turn away from him, saying he's too small, but boy, you got to take a chance on a guy like that. I don't care how small he is. With moves like that, I mean, he could be a big-time productive college football player. He wouldn't be the first nor the last small player to make it big in college.
I mean, and a lot of his runs are between the tackles, so he can get the tough yards, and if he breaks it open, look out.
Second down and 1 after a 9-yard pickup by King. Smith wants to throw. Into the air and deep, but he's got a wide open man, but he overthrew him. John Ditto had broken free, but the pass incomplete. Back down to Ryan.
Thanks a lot. I'm joined by Larry Hanley with the WPIAL. You guys have been doing this for a long time, but a huge crowd tonight. How good has this night been?
This has been a great day for WPIAL football, and we have a real nice crowd here tonight. Very nice.
What do you think do you have an idea what the total number is for all 4 games?
I think we're somewhere between 25,000 and 30,000 for the day.
Especially this last quad A game, this place is packed. Talk about the relationship with Fox Sports Net Pittsburgh, that being able to televise all these games.
Well, I think that one of the things that has made this quite an event is the fact that we presented here at this venue at Heinz Field, and it is broadcast to the people who can't get here on your station, and that's a real good thing.
Well, congratulations to you, Larry. Another fabulous job this year, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Guys, we'll send it back up to you.
All right, Ryan and Larry Hanley. I echo the sentiments. Fine work by the WPIAL once again. They put on quite a day here at Heinz Field and night. 10:55 in the game, 1st and 10. 40 of Central Catholic. Gateway needs some scoring in a hurry. They go to the workhorse King. And we talked about Jarvis and where he's looking as far as college, but what about Shane Murray? Guy, free safety, quarterback guy that probably like King as a D-back in college. Some teams looking at him, Pitt, Akron, Bowling Green, Richmond, schools like that.
Yep, 6'2", 193. I know Pittsburgh is definitely interested in a quarterback from their backyard in Oakland. They've gone that route before, haven't they?
Yes, they have. A couple of names come to mind. This one blown dead.
I'll tell you what, it's too early to panic. Yeah, the Gators need 2 scores now.
Good ball foul. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And Aaron Smith did miss on the bomb. And I do believe that they're going to have to get him involved somehow. But nonetheless, staying with Justin King here. The short kick, finally working with a short field, and they're in Viking territory. They can keep running the ball if need be.
It's Justin King. Right between the hashes down to the 35-yard line. Under 10 to play in the contest. And speaking of guys going to college, Justin King picking Penn State this week. 2-part question, and I'll start with the first part here. Is he definitely a D-back in college, or is there a chance they'll use him at running back a little bit?
Well, he wanted, and he has said that Penn State has said that they will use him on offense. Michigan also said the same thing. The defensive back will be his primary position.
Second part of that question is King gets the call. Second part, a lot of big-name schools. Why Penn State, in your opinion?
That's a good question.
I mean,
I know the one thing he wants to be part of, that he was part of here at Gateway, was turning around a program. And now that the Nittany Lions are struggling, he said the whole Joe Paterno situation had nothing to do with it, whether he stays or whether he goes. But he'd love to help turn around that program. And you know what? They get him up there and a few others like him. They're on their way.
The business at hand is a 4th down and 1. Biggest play of the game for Gateway. They must get this one. And it's King. And it's King. Not quite getting enough, I don't believe. But he did lunge forward at the end of the play. This one will come down to just how fortunate the spot is for Gateway.
He may be just short, but you know what? That was all Justin King. He was hit in the backfield. This is going to be close. Needed to get to the 30. They're not even going to measure. He comes up short of the 30, and Central Catholic once again stops number 1, and they stop Gateway.
Terry Smith is beside himself on the Gateway sideline, and I can't blame him. You would expect, at least at this point in the game, a measurement.
That's a situation, too, where he reached forward with the football, but at what point did he reach forward with the football? You know, was his knee down already? Officials have done a good job in this game.
The Vikings back on offense, and the fans ready to celebrate. They're 8.5 away from doing so. They can preserve this lead. Jarvis sheds a couple of tacklers and gets it up near the 40-yard line.
Gators, at this point, they're susceptible to another big play by Eugene Jarvis, because at this juncture, you got to go for the ball. Jarvis has already coughed one up once. They need for him, or for whomever, Shane Murray or whoever has the pigskin, to put it on the ground. They need a big play defensively.
The touchdown so far for Jarvis on a 76-yard run. And Tony Calesi, a touchdown catch in the final minute of the first half. 2nd down and 2. Keep it on the ground for Jarvis as they run clock, and he gets a 1st down. Move the chains for the Vikings, and they continue to wear down this Gateway defense, which, yeah, they've given up a couple of touchdowns, but they have been on the field an awful lot in this game.
Terry Smith getting a little animated out there, knowing that his team has their backs pushed big time to the wall.
11 straight wins after losing in the opener against Central Catholic, 28-20. They reeled off 11 straight, winning in the playoffs over Connellsville, Woodland Hills, and then Penn Hills 10-7 last week. Murray to throw. He's being chased. Near side pass broken up. Good defense by Gateway. And the man that was there was Cameron Sadler. Called his name a couple of times here tonight. Good play by Sadler. Just a freshman out there.
Nice job by Taunton as well. That's one of those plays where you go from the offensive receiver to a defensive back to make sure that that ball was not picked off by Sadler. Nice job by Sadler, cutting right in front of him.
7:18 left to play. 2-touchdown lead for Shane Murray and the Vikings. Football at the 43, and Jarvis dancing in the backfield. And falling forward to the 45 and penalty flags. Let's see what the violation is once again.
It's usually in the area of an offensive holding. Yeah.
It's going to be a face mask, as we can check it out on the replay.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And that's a personal foul. Shilikov grabbing Jarvis's face mask and twisting the head before releasing.
That's unfortunate. 15 yards on the personal foul, and Central Catholic continues to run the ball and run time off the clock, and they continue to lead.
Did I mention that flag was in the area of defensive face mask?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
That's what I heard
Sure.
through my headphones. It's Jarvis picking his way through to the 35-yard line. 5 yards on first down for Eugene Jarvis, and he's closing in on 200 yards here tonight. And this is a guy that had a huge game last year in the wpial title game. They beat USC 42-10. And he was all over the place, catching passes and running the football. A little bit of a slow start here tonight, but he's really picked it up in the second and third and now into the fourth quarters.
Pat Byrne and Pat Illig on the pull to make room for Eugene Jarvis. That offensive line has done a great job. Murray has had time when he's passed. Jarvis has had holes.
Murray to tuck it and run at the 30. Cuts it upfield inside the 20. To the 18-yard line for the quarterback, Shane Murray, and he breaks loose for the first time tonight on the ground.
Nothing fancy, keep all the way. Play fake, tucks it, rolling right. Sandoval with a good block out there. Couple good blocks as he released downfield, taking Joe Martin out of the equation.
There's Cole Ball, one of the linebackers, who's seen some extensive time at running back here tonight, considering he plays behind Justin King. Get some water on the sideline.
King also on the sidelines for the Gators, Brent.
And Jarvis reverses his field, 10-5, and he dances his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Back-to-back touchdowns for Eugene Jarvis, and the Vikings have broken this one wide open.
Wow.
Well, they held him down for as long as they could, but it gets tougher and tougher as the game wears on, and Jarvis able to take advantage of some tired legs on that Gator defense.
Great move by Jarvis at the 10-yard line, turned Cameron Sadler into statue man.
Extra point good, 206 yards for that man, number 6. 21-0, 6 minutes left.
The playoffs. 2 seconds ago we led, and I can't tell what happened thanks to Mr. Big Head. Look at him. He's like Frankenstein spawn. Anybody got a phone book I can sit on? Wait a minute. Can it be true? Mickey D's put an end to my obstructed view.
Right now, McDonald's Tasty McRib sandwich is back. Tender pork with a tangy barbecue sauce on a bakery fresh bun. Get one before or after the game, only at McDonald's.
I'm loving it.
The 2005 Toyotas are miles ahead of the rest, with advanced technology vehicles like Prius, and with outstanding values on a great selection of fuel-efficient Toyotas. Get $500 cash back from Toyota on any 2005 4Runner, or lease your 4Runner for $289 a month for 36 months with $19.99 due at signing. Get a great deal on an 8-passenger Sequoia, or go for a RAV4 with outstanding fuel economy. If you want value, then you'll want to see all the 2005 Toyotas. They're miles ahead of the rest.
21-0. And Central Catholic about ready to celebrate back-to-back wpial titles. 206 yards for Eugene Jarvis.
It's true. He is on fire. Look at that.
What a game for that man. And what can you say? We've talked about it all night long. Some of the colleges interested in him. How he got off to a start that he probably didn't want here tonight, but he just kept going after it and going after it. And the vision, I think, is the biggest thing that I've watched from him tonight.
The big guys have given him space, and he has taken advantage. This has been a ball game that has really been controlled by this Vikings team, and it all starts at the line of scrimmage. Both sides of the ball, Brent.
7-0 at halftime, but 2 touchdowns here in the second half of the Vikings. Matt Wilson to boot it away. Colbaugh not able to catch up with it. Touchback. 1st and 10 at the 20 for Gateway. 6:01 to go in the contest. 21-0. You want to get ahead of yourself, but it's going to be awfully tough from what we've seen of the Gateway offense here tonight to come back from 3 touchdowns. Then again, they do have number 1.
Well, yeah, he can, you know, Art Walker will tell you right now, he can, in about 15 seconds off the clock, put the Gators on the board. However, Gateways has not been able to stop the Vikings, especially here in the 4th quarter.
1st down and 10, football at the 20. 5 wide. Smith, and the pass picked off. Tony Kalezi coming the other way. Kalezi at the 30. Kalezi at the 20. Knocked out of bounds at the 15. And that should just about do it. Tony Kalezi, who already has an offensive touchdown with a big defensive play.
Well, when you fall this far behind, a lot of times you have to do things that you're really not used to doing. Gators go 5 wide. Smith drops back, throws into traffic. Kalezi with the pick and the nifty return for the Central Catholic Vikings.
And what a block by Julius Hobson. We've been calling his name all night long. He absolutely leveled one of the Gateway players, and a timeout here for the Gators as Kalezi limps off the field. That guy deserves a rest as he waves to the crowd. 5:50 to go in the game, 21-0. Shane Murray back on the field, the quarterback for Central Catholic. They've had a couple of good quarterbacks down through the years. How about Dan Marino? As we take a look at his high school career, well, first of all, obviously, he's going into the Hall of Fame next fall, and there's his high school pictures right there. Dan Marino leading Central Catholic back in the day.
Wow, yeah, what field was that at? The running Dan Marino of all plays.
How about at Pitt, an All-American as a junior?
Oh, the touchdown to John Brown in the Sugar Bowl as they beat Georgia.
And then they retired the jersey at Central Catholic. I mean, you talk about a guy who had a decorated career all the way through, and then I mentioned a Hall of Fame career with the Dolphins in the pros, 16 years in the NFL. Unfortunately, the Super Bowl eluded him.
As did a WPIL championship. They never won one up until last year. All the great players that have come through Central Catholic, it's amazing that they didn't win their first WPIL championship until last year.
Starting quarterback for the Rams is Mark Bulger. He never won one, and he had a fine high school career. I mean, Shane Murray, first quarterback to do it. I mean, you're talking about a couple of big names. He might not have the talent of those two guys, but he does have the crown, and who knows, maybe he'll blossom into the type of guy. He's got pretty good size and seen a pretty good arm out of him.
Keep in mind, Bulger, I mean, you know, when he was at Central Catholic, you know, there weren't the rave reviews. They did. First of all, they didn't throw that much when he was the quarterback at Central Catholic.
Our Ford tough guy of the game is Eugene Jarvis. 2 rushing touchdowns tonight, over 200 yards on the ground. And what can you say about Jarvis and the way he has played? A tough guy of the game, brought to you by Ford, Eugene Jarvis.
He is a tough guy. Had his finger in a splint. I went to shake his hand. I was a little worried. He almost crushed my hand.
3rd down and 6 for Jarvis. Glad you're okay, Don. You might not have been able to help me call this game here tonight.
You would have had to hold my microphone, but I'm okay. You know, I'm a tough guy too.
Yeah, it's debatable, but we'll go with it. 4:10 to go, 21-0 Central Catholic. 4th down upcoming.
You know what, Brent? I mean, I've said this all week about these matchups. I think there really is an importance when having played here before. We saw Shane Murray really struggle early on, but then you know what? He found himself, was able to hit on some late passes, got the touchdown pass before the end of the first half, and really has come back to have a really nice game, even though Eugene Jarvis has been the focal point offensively here in the second half. Gateway Gators, Aaron Smith hasn't had the same luck. He's really struggled.
Timeout on the field, 3:39 left, 21-0 Vikes.
At the Community College of Allegheny County, our students can often be found celebrating their acceptance into great four-year colleges. Save thousands of dollars on your four-year degree with a great start at CCAC. We offer more than 170 academic programs, plus clubs, athletics, and student events for an active campus life. Make a choice worth celebrating. Visit ccac.edu today.
America's hottest products are here. And just when you've seen one, there comes another, and another. And they're all at your Dodge dealer. Hurry in before November ends and grab great deals on the all-new Magnum RT with an available 340 horsepower Hemi and unique rear lift access gate. Velocity meets versatility. Now get $1,000 in November bonus cash on one of America's hottest products, Dodge Magnum. Hurry, offers end November 30th.
Fans filing out at Heinz Field. It's been a long but an outstanding day of football here at the home of the Steelers. 3.5 to go, 21-0. And Central Catholic about to make it back-to-back wpial titles for head coach Art Walker in his 7th season at the helm. Play action on 4th down, and the pass is complete. And into the end zone for the touchdown is Nino Sandoval. How about that? Sandoval in for 6.
The Viking fullback gets in the end zone. On the play action by Murray. Freeze the defense, fake to Jarvis, roll out, a little soft. Oh, he put it right there. Pretty good coverage too by Barlack, but a great pass by Murray. Nice little soft touch.
Sandoval, a couple of big catches here, and a timeout for Central Catholic with 3:33 left. 27-0 is our score, and well, I don't think anybody would have predicted a rout, perhaps a Central Catholic victory, but certainly not a rout, especially for Gateway fans.
Well, unlike last year where Central Catholic really put it away early, and even going back to earlier today when Seton LaSalle jumped on Aliquip, although you know the Quips fought back. This one it was tight all the way to the early part of this 4th quarter. Vikings now pulling away, and it's going to look like a rout tomorrow. But even though the Vikings have controlled this game, they weren't able to put it away until midway through the 4th quarter here. Gators had the chance, down 7-0 earlier in this half. They had a drive going. If they punch that in, it's a whole totally different ball game. But again, the Viking defense rising to the occasion, and now they've been able to put it away.
And the extra point is up and good on the foot of Matt Wilson. 28-0 is our score as we head for the end of the night here, and Central Catholic about ready to put the icing on the cake if they haven't done so already. You know, talking about the day of football, single A, Rochester over Clairton, 15-14, double A, Seton LaSalle, a 42-35 winner over Aliquippa, triple A, TJ, 20-0 over West Mifflin. Anything surprise you in those first 3 games?
No, I think all 4 of these games were really toss-ups. TJ was a favorite coming in, but what Ray Brazo and the Titans did this postseason has been really fun to watch, and really an amazing run that ended today. But Aliquippa Seton LaSalle was a toss-up. Rochester Clairton was a toss-up, and those were both games that, especially the first game, I thought Clairton at times had the better of the play, but they come up on the short end of the stick. So no surprises. 4 strong representatives the WPIL will send onto the road to Hershey in the PIAA state playoffs.
Credit Terry Smith here tonight. I thought it was big at halftime. He comes out and says to our Ryan Verdown on the sideline, hey, my fault in the first half, bad play calling. Whether or not that's exactly true, him stepping up, taking it for the team, taking all the pressure off of his players, I think was huge.
Well, I mean, it's one thing, you know, coaches, that's very admirable by Coach Smith, but, you know, it doesn't matter what you call. If the holes aren't there, you know, then, again, it really doesn't matter. Central Catholic, you know, I think you got to really give their defense credit, not only in the first half, but they've continued here in the second half. They've done what a lot of people thought could not be done.
Colbar to bring it back. It's out near the 30, stopped just shy of the 30-yard line, and that's where Gateway begins their next drive. 3:26 to go. It's a 4-touchdown lead for Central Catholic, and Gateway, regardless of what the final score is here tonight, it's been one heck of a season.
No question about it. This is a program that has been turned around by Coach Smith. These seniors are going to miss out, but you know what? There's a lot of young talent coming back, including that man right there, Aaron Smith. He's had a rough day, but we've seen players come to this stage, have a rough game their first time around. Maybe next time around we're talking about his experience, and he is going to have a chance next year to come back and help lead this Gateway team to bigger and better things, they hope.
No question about it. And there's Aaron Smith right there. A good season for him and a good career so far. Moving, as we talk about, from wide out to quarterback, replacing Morty Ivy, one of the greats ever to play at the school. Second down and 6. Clock winds under 3. And it's King cutting inside, crosses the 43-yard line before he's brought to the turf.
There's a lot of pride on that Gator sideline, and you know right now they're thinking, we need a score. They don't want to go away from this WPIL championship game with a big fat 0 after their name. Leaves a bad taste in their mouth now and maybe for the next few days, but I think in time they'll realize that this was a very special season.
And next year could be the same. A lot of good players coming back. Unfortunately, King isn't, as he slips and falls at the 42-yard line. I never got to ask the second part of my question. We touched on King. We talked about why Penn State, but boy, there were some schools there that he had to pick from. Florida, Michigan, Southern Cal, a lot of interest in him. You think the Michigan thing and the Florida thing, as much as anything, just not a fit, just not the right fit, no matter how good the program is?
Well, from what you know, Mike White was telling me, and he's been following Justin's recruiting situation as close as anybody, he said that Florida was his #1 choice. But when Coach Ron Zook got fired, apparently the people down in Florida told him that that would not happen because he had questions about Coach Zook on the hot seat. They said, no, you know, he's okay, he'll be safe. Then when they got fired, they fell down on his list of choices. But he really liked, when he visited Gainesville, he really liked the Gator program.
Third down and long, and they keep it on the ground. Left side, and it's Joe Martin knocked out of bounds as he crosses midfield and gets the first down. Joe Martin, a nice first down pickup for the Gateway Gators.
As a matter of fact, he even indicated if Coach Steve Spurrier would have taken that job back at Florida, that maybe Florida would have been a player again in the final mix of Penn State, Michigan, and Florida. But you know, when that didn't happen, then I think Florida fell off the radar screen. But again, that apparently was his first choice.
69 seconds left before the celebration begins for Central Catholic. And Martin gets the toss to the right. Trying to gain the outside, but brought down in the backfield. Bobby Helt, a guy we have called throughout the night here tonight. Late penalty flag. Helt the tackle on Joe Martin.
Joe Martin, only a junior. He'll be back next year. So Coach Terry Smith giving him a little taste as we have a face mask call against Pittsburgh Central Catholic. And that's what Terry Smith has done. He hasn't built a good team. He has built a solid program. This team was a player.
Face mask, 15 yards. Tack on to the end of the run. First down.
They were a serious player last year. They were upset in the quarterfinals by North Hills. Got past Woodland Hills this year in the quarterfinals to take the next step. Able to make it to the Big House for the first time since 1986, but they're going to just come up a tad short.
1st and 10 plays, the clock winds. 50 seconds to go. Art Walker has built one heck of a program, at least continued the tradition at Central Catholic. And he went 5 years without a WPIAL championship, and he's about to get it back.
He sensed it coming too. Right sleeve, wet.
That's Eugene Jarvis teaching him that move right there.
He came up pretty dry. That's a nice move.
Way to execute.
What's the chance
Way
he
to
gets
execute.
They may have to toss him into the Allegheny later on tonight to get him wet. Art Walker, great job he's done. As Aaron Smith takes it inside the 30, 14 seconds. And that will be the final play. The Central Catholic Vikings have rolled into Heinz Field and won the Quad A championship game with a final of 28-0 over the Gateway Gators. Art Walker with back-to-back titles at Central Catholic.
Took them a while before they garnered that first WPIL championship, doing it in 2003, wearing the bullseye on their back all season long. They go from August to November, #1 in the WPIAL, and it will remain that way as they win gold once again.
Are you surprised at all when you look back at this squad back in August that they're standing right here?
Not at all. We had them ranked #1 in the MSA Sports Top 10 preseason, as did many other publications, and they go wire to wire, #1. And now they still have another goal. They want to get back to Hershey and this time come away with gold instead of silver.
13-0 is the record right now for Central Catholic. Gateway falling to 11-2. It was 7-0 at the halftime break, but Central Catholic blew it open over the final 2 quarters. And the final score at Heinz Field is 28-0 as they take the Quad A title here at Heinz Field tonight. The fans exit. A lot of Central Catholic fans happy leaving here tonight as they see it for the 2nd year in a row. And our tough guy of the game, brought to you by Ford, is Eugene Jarvis, but Shane Murray, the quarterback, leading the charge for the Vikes.
Vikings now move on to the PIAA state playoffs, the quarterfinals. WPIAL teams got to win 2 games to get to Hershey this year instead of in past years just having to win 1.
Let's head down to Ryan Burr with a victorious coach. Ryan?
Yes, indeed. Back-to-backs for Art Walker. Coach, 28-0. We talked before the half about straightening some things out. 21 unanswered, I guess, just straighten some things out.
Yeah, the kids are so mature that they had a problem with making mistakes and shooting ourselves in the foot. And, you know, we thought we should have had a couple more in the first half, and they said it's time to get them back. We thought that the answer was going to be on defense, the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, and the guys really did a great job swelling up and make them punt. And it was up to us to try to get some points on the board to give us a little bit of insurance.
The hype to this game was remarkable, and Justin King deserves everything he gets, but Eugene Jarvis, an unbelievable game, an unbelievable back-to-back WPIAL games for this kid. How good is he?
He's tremendous. You know, he gets slighted all the time, and I think he was a little bit tired of hearing about Justin this week, a little bit tired of seeing him on TV every night, and he just kept quiet and stayed humble and said, I'm going to come out and play the game. I don't care about any other stuff. And, you know, he's a great player. He's got a good group around him. They work hard. They block well for him. He had another tremendous night, and I just can't really say enough about our defense, though.
Art, I know this championship means a lot, but this team wants more. How far can they go?
It's up to them. It's their decision. It's not up to me, the staff. It's up to this group of kids, primarily the seniors. And we've earned a right to play next week. And, you know, there's 3 left. We're going to take it 1 more week at a time, but we hope to keep it rolling. They're too great of a group of kids. I don't want this to end. I want to play as many games as there are left, so I hope we keep winning because they're just tremendous.
Congratulations, buddy. Another big win, back-to-backs for Central Catholic. 28-zip the final. Eugene Jarvis, what a game again, over 200 yards for the kid. Let's send it back upstairs.
All right, thanks a lot, Ryan. And Don, your final thoughts after this one.
marvelous performance in every aspect for the Central Catholic Vikings. They were a little slow offensively, making some mistakes. They finally got that untracked in the second half. Had chances to get to a lot more, but they still come away with a convincing win.
Back down to Ryan.
You look like you're a little bit tired. I'm tired. I mean, it was a long game. They had a good defensive game plan against us. When my line came through, we wore them down in the end.